Welcome to Bravo's Questions. I'm your host, Nick Bravo. Today I am joined by a sophomore sports writer for the Arkansas Traveler, Antonio Tinajero. So, Antonio, how did you get involved with the Traveler?
Yeah, so when I came to the U of A, I actually wasn't thinking about doing any journalism stuff like that. This is just kind of something that I picked up along the way. And I remember I was in a class and some of the staff came to, the editor, I think, from the Traveler came to talk to the class about getting involved and stuff like that. And it sounded pretty cool. It sounded like something I wanted to do. So I just emailed Matt Vigoda, who was the sports editor at the time, met with him, got some details out of the way, and just started writing.
Do you remember what the first article or the first story you wrote was?
Yeah, it was around this time of year. It was kind of in February, towards the end of February. It was about the SEC tournament that was coming up last year. And I just kind of wrote about every team's chances at it and who's going to possibly win it and who was going to try to make a run at it and stuff like that.
Do you remember what your take was? Remember who you had?
Winning the tournament, I had Kentucky, and that turned out to be true. So
there you go. All right, so what is your favorite part about writing for the Traveler?
I mean, since I love sports, it's got to be going to all the games and stuff and meeting the athletes. I mean, I've gotten to meet a ton of athletes from all the sports, basketball, baseball, soccer, you name it. And I mean, they're all just awesome people. All of them have really cool stories. All of them have, they're obviously really amazing players. All of them have crazy training methods, and it's just great to talk to them and just learn more about them and stuff like that.
Okay. Do you know maybe what your best memory might be? Best experience?
Best memory, I think it would have to be from this year, and it's not really one memory in particular, but just following, since I'm the beat writer for basketball, just following the whole basketball team this season. I mean, they've just been a fun group of guys, Daryl, Jalen, and all them. It's been really cool just talking to them after the games, watching the games. Coach Anderson is one of my favorite coaches in basketball, and it's just been great to follow that team.
What's been your favorite story that you've ever gotten to write?
I think my favorite story, just off the top of my head, is something I wrote a couple of weeks ago, back when baseball was starting up, about Blaine Knight and his decision to come back to the U of A, even after being drafted by the Texas Rangers. And it was during a baseball special issue, so the front cover was my story, and they made it look all cool. Props to the editors and all that for doing that. It just looked amazing. It was an awesome cover.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Antonio. That's all the time we have for tonight. Join us next week for Bravo's Questions.